What's going on, y'all? So listen.
Girl, what's going on? We back again for another episode review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 6, the reunion part 1. And I'm just going to tell you this, I didn't give two-ish about it, okay? When I tell you guys, I am so far removed from this show because I know and I've already have it clocked into my mind and my membrane and everything that this is it. This is it, okay? No Michael Jackson. Baby, listen. The only reason why y'all getting these what is it? Is it 3 parts? Why is it 3 parts? Okay, if it's 3 parts, the only reason why y'all getting it is because it is the end of the season. And I'm not coming back for Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I would rather me discuss a couple of things that I felt was interesting in the reunion or that stood out to me and give y'all a platform or a space to actually discuss things as mature adults and compare your opinions with everybody else in the comments. That is the only reason why I'm doing this. So it's for y'all, it ain't for me. That's how I try to rationalize it because, girl, I could care less. Because nothing really happened in this first season, this first episode, but a couple of things. Okay, first we get into the whole situation. First of all, I want somebody else to host these reunions these days. Okay, because I get it that Carlos Kings is the creator, originator, whatever you want to call it, right? And, I just feel like he's just a little bit too much. And he tried to be these people friends a little bit too much, a little bit too animated and all that stuff. And he just all around annoying sometimes to me. Maybe it's because I don't know what it is. I was about to give an excuse. But no, I just feel like he's annoying at times. And I can only take him in small doses. And this dose is a little bit too much for me. Okay, this dose was a little bit too much for me. He be laughing so loud. I'd be like, oh my God. I really feel like, maybe because I look at TikTok a little bit too much. Girl, it's just like going on WebMD and you be going on there just to see what is this, and you thinking that they gonna tell you that you're about to die. Girl, I really got, I don't know what it is, but I don't like certain sounds. And his voice is one of those sounds. I don't like loud sounds like that. I really don't. It really bothers me to my core. And I already told y'all that, like, sounds just bother me. Anyway, I know I'm not nitpicking, but I'm pretty sure some of y'all understand exactly where I'm coming from. We get into it. We see him going to the dressing rooms. Okay, whatever. I will say this. On this first half, this first particular part, and so far, I have to give it to the cast. This dude looked better than last reunion that we saw. And even Carlos had to ask Melody, are you going to speak this time? Because, you was on mute last season. She had every right to be on mute last season, okay? But the air is different. It's not so heavy. It's not so dark. Because for the most part, what we seen in this season, we seen that the majority of the cast members, they tried to make up and they were on better footing with each other. You know what I'm saying? They had little tips here and there, but nothing major. You know what I'm saying? So I would give them an A+ on that, right? They introduced the people to come out. You had Stormy and Courtney, you had Tisha and Marcel, you had Kim and Maurice. They first came out, baby, when Kimmy almost tripped and Carlos said, have her back sometime. I ain't gonna lie. That made me laugh. Okay? And it was like, I like it from the back sometimes. And Carlos gonna say, I do too. I said, wait a minute. Hold on. It's a little bit too early for all of this, okay? Kimmy said, wait a minute. I said, girl. Anyway, and so then, when Martel comes out, whatever, oh, you dress like me, Carlos King. I mean, the introduction was kind of cute. And then when Mel came out, she was giving us Renaissance Part 2, because she gave us Renaissance Part 1 in the last reunion, all right? And she was giving it to us again, and it was a mixture of, like, it was giving Renaissance. It was giving Diana Ross the boss. It was giving Donna Summers. It was giving all of that, okay? 70s disco era feel, and I could dig it, okay? I could dig it, you know what I'm saying? So we get into the reunion. Let's just go couple by couple, because if I forget some stuff, it won't work for me remembering. The whole situation with Maurice and not Maurice with Courtney and baby when Carlos King said, what's the girl name? Stormy Steele, come on out, Stormy Steele and Courtney Steele. I mean Courtney, basically whatever his last name is. I said, see, we starting already. We are starting already. But at the same time, we get into the whole situation between Tisha and Stormy and that whole situation. There's no respect amongst neither one of them, okay? And that's just all that it is to it. There's no respect amongst them. They tried to be cool with each other and they realized that they're not cool with each other at the end of the day, and that's basically what it is. Marceau has a way of gaslighting people. Well, he has a way of pissing people off intentionally, and trying to get underneath their skin. We've known this, we've seen this or whatever for so many seasons since we've been on this show. And he's that type of person that no matter how much you talk about it, how much you call him out on it, he's not going to change because that's him. And so we can get pissed off, and it's not in defense of him because I don't like it either. I feel like he's mad disrespectful when he don't need to be half the time. And, he's a gaslighter. He's an antagonizer. He's all of that. You know what I'm saying? And he's not going to change, so it is what it is, that's just one of those things where you literally have to accept the person for who they are regardless. And he's just stuck in his ways. He's stuck in his ways. He's stuck in his ideology, and that's just what it is. The whole situation with Stormy and Tisha, if it wasn't for Scotty doing a video about them recently having a back and forth on social media, I did not know that they really didn't with each other like that. They really don't mess with each other like that. Like, they going back and forth. Stormy calling Tisha out about rehearsed reads and stuff like that. You was up in the car with your rehearsed reads and all that. Oh, you shut up and go pop some pills. I said, now hold on. I feel like that was wrong as hell because at the end of the day, I do feel like Stormy has a reason to be pissed off at Tisha, mostly because of the fact that the plagiarism of her policy, right? And again, we get into this, and I really do feel like Tisha does not understand or do not want to admit that she played a role in this whole thing. Regardless of the fact that y'all had the same web designer that has been used throughout Huntsville, a mistake was made. A mistake was made. You did not proofread. Your web designer did not proofread. The people on your team did not proofread. And y'all allowed this to go up. You allowed negative comments to happen on both sides. And you made the mistake. It's going to fall back on you because this is a business. And then, Stormy said, I kept it cute and I gave you grace, but I could have went harder on your ass. And people can make it seem like she was being cocky, she was doing this or she was doing the most or whatever. But at the end of the day, as I said when this first happened, Stormy is 100% correct on that part because anybody else would have sued, would have sued Letitia because that's plagiarism, that's copyright infringement, that's trademark infringement, that's all of that. You know what I'm saying? Probably not trademark. She didn't take the trademark, but she took her shit word for word. That is plagiarism and copyright infringement, and people get sued for that. Okay? And so you have to be careful. And a simple, my bad, girl, I'm trying to start this business off, and I just looked over some things, and I should have did a little bit better, but I'm learning. It will never happen again, girl. You know what I'm saying? It could have been something like that, but of course, Tisha didn't want to do nothing like that. Meanwhile, we get up into the whole thing about the Black Expo and, them having words and all of that. And at the end of the day, the Black Expo was not a success as they want to claim that it was. Marceau, it is what it is. Okay. They get into the whole thing about Stormy calling him a bitch. And here's the thing. Marceau, again, because they had brought him out there. He was the only woman. He was the only man out there when they came back from the commercial break. It was just the women, and the conversation came up about, Stormy calling men bitches, okay? And do you think that that's right, or do you think that's wrong, and do you think that's acceptable, or whatever? And she's basically like, the way that he comes at me, in the way that any man, he does not roll like a man, okay? And whatever her definition of what would a man be and what a man is and how a man should act, she basically said he does not fit that criteria. And what he fits is a sassy bitch. That's just what it is. And in this day and age, I hate to be that one, but we have seen uptick of women period, and men, but mostly women, and I just have to say it because I see it mostly from them, because that's who I really follow, calling men sassy, right? And that's just another way, without saying it, you giving me gay. It's very indirectly homophobic. And I know somebody gonna be like, no girl, no. Yeah, it is. It is. It's trying to be that way. It's trying to be, in that sense, trying to make it seem like, oh, you gay because you do this and you do that and you always up in women's business. And I mean, calling him a bitch is enough or whatever, but, you know, I guess you could say the same thing about bitch. But I mean, in the way that it's been used recently, that's how some women and people have been using it to basically call men, equate them with their sexuality and call them gay or whatever. But at the same time, we have to be 100% honest. Marcel been acting like a bitch since he got on this show. I ain't saying that he gay. I ain't saying that he got gay tendencies or whatever. I'm just saying he be doing a lot of stuff that's like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Because he get pleasure out of it. He gets pleasure out of pissing people off or whatever. And then it really irked me when Tisha trying to say, because they did bring up finally, Letitia, how is it that you have never really said anything to Stormy about calling your man a bitch? You sat there, you stood there, you at it at the same time and never called her out. Oh, I'm not okay with her calling my man a bitch or whatever, because, and especially calling a black man a bitch with all of the stuff that they go through and everything. And I said, you know what? Stop it right there. Stop it right there. And I don't care who agrees, but when Stormy gave her assessment, minus the sassy part of why she called that man a bitch, 100% agree, okay? I really hope that the light is just, you know, whatever. Y'all hear me. I'm so sorry. The assessment is just 100%. I agree with what Stormy said, right? Also, at the end of the day, do not bring up, because you seen the mess that your husband has done. Do not throw up in there, oh, because he a black man, you coming for a black man. Don't do that. Try to play that race card, try to tug on our tug on certain people coattails, whatever. Don't try to do that. Don't try to do that. No. We're not finna do that in this situation, because it ain't got nothing to do with race. It ain't got nothing to do with race. If Marcel was an Asian man, if he was a white man, if he was a Latino man, if he was a whatever, Native American man, baby, he's still bitch made, okay? Everything that Stormy said, it'll still be the same way, because he'll still be doing the same thing, all right? It ain't got nothing to do with his color, all right? So let's take that out. You literally trying to drum up stuff and whatever and try to make a point, and it did not land. At least it didn't land for me, okay? And that's just what it is. And I want you to be real with yourself. You didn't say nothing to Stormy, at least not on camera, because you agreed with him. You cannot tell me no different. I mean, you agreed with Stormy and what she was saying about him. She was saying stuff that you wanted to say to him. Then you get up into this whole thing about you wanting to, possibly be a stay-at-home mom again. And I did like the fact that Mel, for the most part, was trying to have Letitia back and saying you had these goals that you wanted to do and you better stick to them. And they get on the whole fact about how Marcel always up in women's business, but then you got Kimmy saying, he literally be up in everybody's business. And if you look at it, he does. But people get more offended because they get more up in their feelings because he speaks on a lot of the women's stuff more so than the men, even though he's in everybody's business. He has stronger opinions when it comes to the women's situations, mostly when it's involving his wife. So, of course, people are going to have something to say. But also, it's the fact that, he likes to diminish people. And that's just what he does. And he diminishes women all the time. Every man on this show, minus Big Lou, minus Courtney, They do not respect the women that they're with. They don't respect women in general, if you ask me. Okay, and that's one of my main issues, and since day one has been with this show. Like, y'all really putting these people on display that really do not have the best relationships, who are fronting and frauding, and who are so disrespectful to their spouses. It's just disgusting to me, okay? But at the same time, you know, they were saying how he respect women in business or whatever. Then they bring up the whole situation with Mel and a t-shirt, and her bringing him a t-shirt saying I sell t-shirts or whatever. You were trying to diminish her. You were trying to make her feel some type of way to get under her skin and all of that stuff. And, you know, Mel, she saw right through it. Stormy needs to learn how to not let stuff get to her. Because, you know, at one point, Marcel did the same thing again by saying, yes, he don't want Letitia to be like Mel, which is single, independent by herself. Cause you doing all of this or whatever, and then when you go home at night or whatever, you're not gonna have those three people, your kids. Baby, I was with Mel. Just because you break up for somebody don't mean that you ain't gonna be a good parent. You ain't gonna be able to have a good relationship with your family. Like, come on, what is that old way of thinking? You know, and again, he was just showing how dismissive and diminishing he is of people, mostly the women on this cast. You know what I'm saying? But I will have to give this to Marcel. When they went to the back and he told Tisha, you went too far, when she said that whole situation about Stormy needs to go pop some pills, right? He said you went too far. You don't need to be doing that, because at the end of the day, you're trying to be a businesswoman, right? You do not want people to look at you crazy and be like, oh, I seen you on this TV show and you were saying this about another person and you telling them to go pop pills and you telling them this and that. I don't want to do business with you. He's correct. He's correct in that aspect of, you got to let stuff roll off your back sometimes. You don't need to respond to everything, and you can't let stuff affect you. But I also get where Letitia is coming from as well in her response, because she's like, that may be all well and good, and that may be how you handle things, but I've been quiet far too long, so now it's my time to speak up. And at this point in time, I'm tired of people saying this, I'm tired of people saying that, and I'm tired of being quiet, so therefore I'm going to say what's on my mind, and I have the right to. And you know what? I'm not necessarily mad at either one of them. I'm not mad at either one of them for that little conversation that they had. I understood both sides, okay? Moving on from that, let's get to Kimmy and Maurice. What's there to say? What's there to say? Kimmy is going to stay with Maurice. Kimmy is going to defend Maurice. Kimmy is not going to hold him fully accountable, at least not on camera, not to the public, when it comes to some of the things that he has said. That basic ass apology that he gave. All of a sudden now he realized what he was saying was wrong or whatever. The whole situation about the sex drive and, oh, I see I was insensitive. You didn't realize that when everybody else was telling you that. It took you now to realize that. Girl, what did I do to my arm? I'm over here just putting, if y'all could see it, I literally just scratched, like, my arm's so red. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, you got all of that. And Carla was like, how do you feel, Kitty? Because the people was trying to make it seem, or people were saying basically that he was sexually abusing you. And it was like, you just let him get on top of you and do his business. Y'all should never let me go back to see The Color Purple, bitch. Every time I went to the movies to go see it, baby, it's been playing in my mind. I'm talking about, and not even the new one, the old one. Just get on top of him, do your business. That's what it feel like. That's what the people were saying. That's what the people were saying. Kimmy was letting Maurice do, just get on top of her and do his business or whatever. And we get into faking orgasms and stuff like that. And baby, somebody said, Maurice, maybe you're just not good at sex. Okay, that's basically what it is. He said probably. That's just probably what it was. And I was like, no, sir. You could possibly be good at sex, you possibly could, and that could play a part in it, but mentally she really wasn't there, because physically she wasn't there. Biologically she wasn't there, because her chemistry wasn't there, because of them. You know, when I was about to get on the road making a point, and then they want to come through and just, girl, y'all heard it right. Her body was out of whack. And that happens. It's a side effect. That's why they say, look at the bottles and look up the side effects of things before you start saying stuff or before you start taking stuff, because you don't know how your body may react. You're literally putting chemicals in your body to kill off some stuff that's making you sick, which in turns make you sicker before you get better. You know what I'm saying? So of course it's gonna decrease a lot of stuff. Like, why wouldn't you think if you get on chemo and radiation and stuff, if it can make your hair come out, it can make you lose your appetite, it can make, your heart beat fast and all of this stuff or whatever, why wouldn't you think that wouldn't affect your libido? Come on now, like, you're not dumb. You're a lawyer. You don't even got to take biology to know this, okay? 2 + 2 = 4, baby. Moving on from that, they get into talking about faking it. Everybody going around saying that they didn't fake it, or, well, we found out Letitia did fake it with Marcel before. He didn't get upset. Courtney and Stormy said, no, I never faked it. I said, I look at Courtney for some reason and I feel like she telling the truth. I don't know why, but I just feel like she telling the truth. And I feel like even if she would have said that she faked it, he probably would have been like, yeah, shit happens. I just feel like he that type of dude. But then when they get to Martel, because, Mel has said that she had faked the orgasm with Martel the whole time they was married. You lying. Okay, I know you damn lying because the sheets was wet and I got a hook in the curve. I said a hook in the curve. Wouldn't that be the same thing? Technically, if you want to think about it. I was just like, Martel, shut up. He got so in his feelings. You lying. How you gonna tell me? How you gonna tell her? She's the one that's doing it. And truth be told, Mel could be lying to mess with him. Okay? But she could also be telling the truth. Because it happens. If y'all go online, it's so many women and so many stories about women being in relationships and being in marriages, and they have never had an orgasm before. They have never had an orgasm. Especially the ones that literally get married to the first person they ever had sex with or so-called fell in love with or whatever. They never had orgasms before until they get out of that, because they don't know their bodies. They don't know their own bodies sometimes. And that goes for men too. And I seen something where somebody said, now Mel, she knows she lying because Martel know he probably was beating that out the frame. Yeah, he probably was beating it out the frame and hurting her. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all something. And this is coming from somebody that ain't never had a dick in her life. Okay? But, and I hate the way that I just said that because that just... I've never had a penis. What is it? A penis? Oh my God, it's disgusting. I never had a penis inside of me and never had any desire to have one. Okay? But I will tell you this. It's not dumb or far-fetched to know, whether you experienced it or not, that you can have a decent size penis, whether it's in length, whether it's in girth. You can have that, right? What a woman or whoever you with wants, or you think that they want. You can have said hook. You can have said curve. That does not mean that you're good at sex. That does not mean that you understand how to listen to a woman's body and to feel the way that she's reacting to your body, to you. Okay? You can have a long penis, a thick penis, all of that. You can have all the girth and the length in the world. And you can still be hurting her when you're having sex with her because you don't know how to use your piece correctly. And you're not listening to her body and you're not feeling the way that she's reacting to your motion. And she's probably not going to tell you because you're so fucking egotistical and you're so fucking in your feeling and prideful that she's trying to spare your feelings. And so therefore she'd be like, what? Oh my God, it felt good when it didn't. And she's like, oh my God, I came when she did it. It happens. it happens. And Martel, 9 out of 10 possibly happened to you. Okay? Let's move on from that. Then we get to girl, they brought Kiki out. I think that was all. They brought Kiki out. They brought Kiki out the last 4 minutes of the show. And here's my thing. I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it again, because I said it previously. I don't understand at this point why Kiki is here. I don't understand how come Kiki is making it such a big deal that, according to her, Letitia will not open up her eyes and see that her man is doing this or whatever. I don't understand why she's so concerned about her relationship and what Marceau is doing or not doing and with who, and the fact that she won't acknowledge it. Because at the end of the day, if Letitia wants to play blind to her relationship and whatever is going on, she has every right to do that, because what? That's her relationship. She doesn't have to address anything. She doesn't have to acknowledge anything just to make you feel vindicated, feel right, or whatever it is that you're trying to feel. At the end of the day, her relationship, her marriage, her family is not affecting Kiki's life in any way whatsoever. Kiki is trying to make it so, but at the end of the day, it's not it. And then the getcha gotcha was when Letitia said, while you up here trying to say that I cheated or Marceau up here cheating and ain't no proof, you the one that been cheating on your man, and your man was the one cheating on you multiple times. And you paid some girl to do something to him before y'all got married. Who talk about low self-esteem and shit like that? I said, God damn. I was like, you know what, Letitia? I got to give that shit to you, because you got Kiki on that one. And then I'm pretty sure that's when they come back, because that's when it went out. When they come back next week, she going to be like, and your point is worry about your household. That is her point. Worry about your relationship. But when she said that man cheated on you multiple times, and I'm looking, I said, you know what? It be the ones that you be like, who you cheating on me with? Like, what? What? I was like, not mine. Like, Let me get off here before I say something I ain't supposed to. But anyway, y'all tell me how y'all felt about this reunion. The first, I mean, for the most part, I'm just clocked out, but it was decent enough. I gave y'all a decent amount so y'all could talk. But at the end of the day, I will give it to the fact that even though we had a little drama in the episode, it wasn't so heavy, and I respect that. Because one thing about it, I love it when we have a reunion that is drama, because we clearing the air, and this is on any show, but it's not so heavy. It can still be fun and light or whatever. We saw how Marceau and Mel got into it a little bit, just slightly, and then they started laughing with each other. You know what I'm saying? I could dig that. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, they was laughing more than they was pissed off at each other. So I'm okay with that. But y'all tell me how y'all felt about this first part. Honestly, they could have condensed some stuff and took some things out so that it wouldn't be 3 parts. But y'all tell me how y'all feel, and I'll see you guys later. Oh my God, it's the Real Housewives and Married to Medicine coming back. Y'all, tomorrow is my birthday. I'm gonna be an old bitch. No, I'm finna be 37 years old, y'all. Child. Getting up there. But yeah, I'll see y'all later. And you see, as I'm getting older, I'm getting less tolerant of certain stuff. So that factor that in as to why I'm just not tolerating this shit no more. All right. But anyway, I'll see y'all later. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay warm. Peace.